Okay, so we are moving on to a topic called simultaneous equations. And the idea of simultaneous equations is that you are going to find out information that was previously unknown. And we do this by taking two equations, adding and subtracting, until we end up solving for the answers that we're looking for. I'll show you what that means in the following videos, but at the moment, I'd like us to have a look at the two things I have written here. First of all, 4 dresses and 5 shirts cost £65. Now, in algebra, a huge part of the reason we have algebra is because it's concise, and it means that everyone can manipulate equations or statements with a reduced chance of error. So if I tried to do some math and I was all the time writing the sentence, 4 dresses plus 5 shirts cost £65, I wouldn't get anywhere. It would be quite likely I'd forget something, the meaning would be lost along the way. Instead, in algebra, you've done this before, you've made equations before. We write 4, and then we pick a letter, a variable, 4 dresses, and it's logical to use D. There's no reason not to. And so that means we're going to be adding 5 shirts. So we're going to have 5 S, and then it costs £65. And what that tells me is if I add 4 lots of dresses together and 5 lots of shirts, that will equal £65. Similarly, if we look at the next example, we have 10 apples and 12 bananas costs £5.50. So we've got to think the same way. If we have 10 lots of A, 10 apples, plus, because we've got that and, 12 lots of banana, it will equal £5.50, and this is a really important skill at National 5. You quite often get 6-mark questions, and 2 of the marks come from reading a sentence and turning it into an equation. Okay? You must use the letters you're told to use in the question, or choose something related to the question. It would be no good if I just decided X and Y down here, because it may not be obvious what that meant in the original statement. For example, if I'd had let's do 3 bananas plus 3 apples. If I then turn this into an equation and I wrote 3x plus 3y, how would I know what was x? How would I know what was y? And sometimes that'll matter. So we have to use something that's clear and something that's concise. Okay? So we don't want that. Okay. In the next one, we'll be looking at how we actually solve these equations simultaneously.